folks, got old Brooklyn with us today. It's January 20th, 2024, Saturday morning. We're going to take a little ride down the coastline. Don't know how far we're going. We ain't really got a destination in mind. It's just we want to get out of the house. And it's cold. It's cold. It's too cold to do much. It's warming up now to about 36 degrees. It's about 8:30 a.m. The wind's blowing a little bit. Let's go ride and see what we can see. Our road trip starts in Perry, Florida today. We're leaving Perry. It's a little after 9, about 10 after. The trip we'll be taking today will be heading from Perry toward over in the Carrabelle and Panama City direction. It's going to be a stretch of Florida scenic highway, very popular with tourists. A lot of coastal views and old fishing towns and coastal towns along the way, as well as some woodlands. We're on Highway 98, crossing that Econfina River.
The Econfina River area has a lot to offer. Fishing, hunting, kayaking, paddling, trail walking, it's all here. You can bring your horses, your bicycles, whatever you got. There's the Econfina River State Park, which we have a video on. And then there's the lower Econfina Wildlife Management Area. At the state park, there's boat launches you can put in, and you got quick Gulf access. Really good area through here. Very, very, very highly sought after by out-of-towners and locals. I'll post the links to the Econfina River State Park website and to other videos we did on it, and to the lower Econfina Wildlife Management Area in the description area of the video.
Here where you see these lines of palms on the right, as the road goes down, it goes to a place called Goose Pasture.
Goose Pasture is located on what's known as the Aucilla River. Goose Pasture is a recreation area with a boat ramp, camping, awesome fishing. The area is very famous for its slave canal, which connects over to the Aucilla River. Species of fish include catfish, brim, bass, woolmouth, and many more.
To the right, though, when you turn down it, is an old abandoned rock quarry. The quarry itself has been going on for over 100 years under different leadership, but we've got a cool video where we went around that place checking it out. I'll try to remember to put the link in the About section down there. Just as a reminder, we're on Highway 98, heading in the direction from Perry, Florida, just over toward taking the scenic highway over toward Panama City. We're now crossing over the Aucilla River. Got a lot of videos on around this river. Our Smuggler series, and then just some hiking. I'll try to remember to post them links. As you can see, poor little Brooklyn's crashed. She's sick. Done been exposed to her. She's on the mend now, but with the wife being sick, I brought her with me to get out of the house. Now entering Aucilla County. Aucilla County, Florida.
Edward Ball State Park is located over here in Aucilla. Not too long ago, me and my wife took a boat ride on the Aucilla River from Edwards Ball State Park. It was really peaceful and enjoyable.
First little town we come to in Aucilla is Newport. Right here where you turn left to go to St. Mark's Lighthouse, there's usually a man set up selling honey, boiled peanuts, and things like that. Usually right here. I don't see him down there today. His signs was out though, but I don't see him. We're now crossing the St. Mark's River. Newport, I believe, was a replacement town for Magnolia, if I remember. Not a whole lot to Newport as far as business district. There is a lot over here. Oh, there's our man. He just set up a different spot. Remember going to the San Marcos de Apalache over here? Apalachicola River. And there are a lot of interesting places that's off of this road that we're not going to ride to today. We may in the future. Shell Point, different places. There's a lot to see and do in this area along the scenic highway. I always like to see them water towers sticking up. Some towns decorate theirs, some towns look like it should have been tore down 30 years ago. A house on the right is actually a building. We're coming into Panacea, Florida. Another one of them old style fishing villages. Lots changed over the years. Metcalf there on the left. This area has been ravaged repeatedly by storms and hurricanes, and really took a toll on it. A lot of old buildings over here still left. I think I've showed y'all that before on the left. Big crab and a big shark. This area is a large tourist destination and commercial fishing and charter fishing. It's just got everything for the outdoor sports. All this area along the scenic highway. You go left here, you go to Panacea Sands Beach. We've got a video on that. It's got some history with the World War II training. We're crossing the Clotney Bay. Wished I could give you a side view there. I'm driving, so I can't, but it is beautiful. Entering Franklin County. When you cross over Clotney Bay, there's a little boat ramp here on the right, public boat ramp. We're not really going to look at it. I just got to use the restroom, and I noticed there's a porta-john. But I have, me and Miss Traveler, have stopped there and took some selfies before. It's just a little simple spot. It is a pretty spot, though, especially for taking photos. Couples that want to take a photo. Like I say, we're just using the restroom. Alligator Point is over this way. Alligator Point's really popular with beachgoers. This area of the Forgotten Coast is very scenic if you like the ocean view. You're driving right by it. I didn't catch the sign, but it advertises the FSU Coastal Marine Lab. We're still on Highway 98, heading in the direction of Carrabelle towards St. George Island. This section they've cluttered with condos or whatever you want to call them. Can't really see much through here. And then here there's a few houses scattered. These have been built since the major storms and rebuilt. All out on the left you'll see docks that belong to different people. Some of them will be just pilings where docks have been ripped up. And some of them you can see some pilings where homes once stood, motels. Coming into Gulf Terrace. What makes this area so pretty is that many places along it the road touches back near the ocean. You get some very beautiful views. Being a tourist area, there are a lot of RV sites over here in different places where you can get spots to park your RV and your campers. Here on the left is a beautiful little spot. We do have a video on it. It is a public park. Some swings and benches. You can go down and sit and talk. You can walk. Post a link in the bottom. Coming into Carrabelle. Really popular beach over here, the Carrabelle Beach. A lot of people come to it. Carrabelle is a very unique place. Big fishing industry, charter and commercial, especially commercial. Matter of fact, I believe if you look straight ahead up there, that's the trawlers on a shrimp boat. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. We're fixing to go across the bridge. Downtown Carrabelle. A lot of old buildings over here. Out to the left is the canal. A lot of marinas over here. There's plenty of places to put your boat in. We're now crossing what's known as the Carrabelle River.
And Carabelle's not just for the fishermen. There's several cool things to do in Carrabelle. One such is the Carrabelle History Museum, located in the old Carrabelle Town Hall, built in 1933 during the Depression. There's also the Crooked River Lighthouse, an iron skeleton structure, 103 foot tall, built in 1895, complete with the keeper's house attached to it, which is now used for a museum. And you can climb it. It's 128 steps to the top. And if you like unique, you can visit the Carabelle Bottle House. This is really unique, put together out of bottles, a whole structure, and a lighthouse out in front of it. Also in this area is the old rusting trucks and cars, antiques on the side of the road. Now, though, they don't want you going in there, so I guess you'd have to see them from the road. I'll post the links to our videos on these places in the description section of this video.
We're now rolling up to Carrabelle Beach. See if we can figure out how to get in there. We'll stop off. Take a look around. They got grills. I see some grills. Bear-proof trash cans. On the left-hand side, you can see the public restrooms, picnic areas. Let's just pull in and take us a gander at it. Straight across from Carrabelle Beach is a campground. You can see in front of us there. I didn't catch the name of it, but it is nice. And straight across from the beach. A good place to stay if you just wanted to do the beach thing for a week. Walk right across the road. So let's continue on our journey. A couple times a year we make this route. Sometimes we'll stay in a motel overnight and drive back. Other times we'll come over here and find somewhere to eat and then drive back. Very, very scenic. I mean, look out to your left there with the tops. Houses on the water, tree line in the background. Couldn't ask for much prettier scenic views than that. We was going too fast and I passed it, but there is one called Crooked River Lighthouse. It's off to the right of this road here in Carrabelle. We got a video on that. I'll try to remember to post the link down bottom. Old steel lighthouse. I was gonna swing in there and just give you a shot of it, but we passed it and it's kind of busy behind me. People backed up. We'll just keep enjoying these scenic views along the coastline. You can still see trees over here blowed over from Hurricane Michael. Sandbar on the left. Tide's out, I guess. It's usually deeper than that. Yeah, the tide's way out. Comes another one of them gorgeous views. If you look way up there, you can see the bridge that goes to St. George Island. We're gonna ride over to St. George. And if the lighthouse is open, we're going to walk inside. We're not going to climb the lighthouse today. I have climbed, me and Miss Travelers climbed this lighthouse before. Brooklyn's a little sick today, but she wants to climb a lighthouse, so we will come back over here in the future and climb the lighthouse, and I may do a video on it. But today we're just going to look at the museum around the lighthouse. Look at them views, even though it's shaking because of the car movement. You can get enough out of it to appreciate the view. This area gets washed out pretty regular from storms. Got a guy behind me that is just riding my bumper. Now he comes around me. You can't control the morons on the road and how they drive. I mean, there's a lot of the sections on this scenic highway where you're riding through woods, but there's just equally amount that you're riding on a beautiful coastline like this. You see the RV campground to the right? Plenty of places if you're an RV or a camper to come over here and rent. Here's another one right up ahead, up here somewhere. Here's another business on the left. Old buildings is decimated. We just had a vehicle flashing their lights at us. That's usually a sign there's a cop up ahead clocking. Lots of marinas and different places over here too. Lots of places to eat. I love these old buildings that still left what the storms hadn't took out, like these on the right if you look. I can't pronounce that name on the left, but that's a good little restaurant if you ever over here. We've eaten there several times. So we're gonna take a left here and cross the bridge and head over into St. George Island. There's a nature center here on the left. I don't know, we've never been able to catch that open, right there on the left. I need to research that and find out a little more about it. It may be worth a trip over here. We've always done it when we just happen to be coming back or forward, and they just ain't never, nobody there. It ain't never open when we come through. The side road selling stuff, vegetables, things like that. It's nice to see that coming back. We own that long bridge you seen earlier. Coming across, heading to St. George. Look out to the left up there, you can see a little more of our bridge. We're now exiting the bridge on St. George Island. You can see the lighthouse straight up ahead. I might have to take a right and figure out, yeah, we're going to take a right so we can park. And we have arrived.
So we're going to keep on moving on?
Yep. Well, that finishes up here at St. George Island. That was pretty cool. Let's continue on our road trip and get back across the creek and get over on the scenic highway. There is a lot more here to do. There's a state park here with camping in it. There's more podiums on down, but we're just not interested in that today.
Which is Carrabelle.
Headed back toward the bridge. We can get back on the scenic route. About to go somewhere now and find us something to eat. Come over here, and just before you get on the island, if you go on down, there was a place called Sportsman's Lodge. Cool little motel, clean motel, the basics. And they had peacocks all around it, just roaming wild. You'd hear them hollering in the middle of the night. Neat little place, don't know if it's still here or not, but I believe it's called Sportsman's Lodge. See the old bridge over to the right, get a better view on the way back. We're off the island now, fixing to turn back out and go left on 98, or as also called the Forgotten Coast Scenic Highway. We're in search of something to eat. We're gonna hunt for something maybe different, but if not, we're gonna take about what we come to, because we hungry. Just realized there was an old vintage antique truck in front of us. He's sporting an American flag on the back bed. Maybe shortly I'll have me some new glasses and I can tell what kind of vehicles we're looking at in these clips and get to tell you. If you like long bridges over water, there's plenty of them over this way in the Florida Panhandle. A lot of them. That big old beautiful home. Probably a B&B breakfast or an R&B or whatever they call them. There on the left, we have a video on. It's called the Rainy House Museum. Look at that old place on the right and the left. They just, we're off of the main road here. I just thought I'd ride you down here and show you some of these old shrimp boats that's parked everywhere. Ride through here. Pretty much going to end our road trip today here in Apalachicola. I think I have done a little short clip on this right here before.
What are you doing?
We're just riding through, baby. That's pretty well our road trip. We're heading back to the house. If we see anything interesting along the way, we'll show you. Apalachicola to Perry, headed home on our Perry to Apalachicola road trip. We're gonna go try out a place called Fat Daddy's Smokehouse and Grill. I believe it's in East Point. See what kind of food they got right here off 98. More buildings on the left, see them? Storms has worked on them over the years, ain't it? All right, let's see if we can find it here. It says it. Here we go. Is this it? Yep.
Yep, Fat Daddy's.
Let's see if we can find
That's
that
a little
again.
place. But it ain't packed.
Maybe they open.
Yeah, there's 7 people through there.
Let's go see what it's about. Man, I'm glad we stopped there. I'm here to tell you, I've eaten a lot of barbecue before. That pulled pork's the best pulled pork I've ever eaten anywhere. The place was clean, the atmosphere was nice, and the people were just wonderful. The owner come over to the table, hung out and talked, shot the breeze. I'm telling you, that's highly recommended. From now on we come through here, I'm gonna have to hit that place. If you're coming over through East Point, definitely check him out. You can't beat the food, you can't beat the service. They're friendly. Right, look out there. There's a train, see it? Looks worse now. That train, we got a video on when we walked around and just took some pictures. The old buildings on the right. Closed down store on the left. Tire up on the left. It's about 3:30 in the evening. Temperature's 50 degrees. We're almost home. So I guess it's going to conclude our road trip today. I'll post some links down in the description section of this video to all the places that we mentioned in the video. I'll post some links to the videos that we've done that I mentioned in this video in that same section. I appreciate y'all taking a ride with us, and I guess I'll see you again here shortly.